Simon Ekpa is free at last, not going back to jail as new documents is presented to prove his innocence. All right, my dear listeners, it's very, very interesting having you once again, as evidence has finally been presented to prove Simon Ekpa's innocent. As you can see on your screen, a new document, fresh document, has been presented finally to the Pejahami court, into the appeal court in Helsinki. According to them, this document is what's supposed to have been presented at the Pejahami secret court in Finland. Doing that, the district court that actually sentenced Simon Ekpa, but this very document was hidden. As you can see, it's been very interesting after this very news about Simon Ekpa not returning back to jail. In fact, Simon Ekpa will no longer be sentenced again. That is a good news. How did this happen? Wow, this is something that even you yourself, when you hear it, you marvel and say, how come? Conglomerate, you too much. As it is right now, you all know all that has been happening. How Conglomerate, was afraid of death and so was begging Simon Ekpa that if Simon Ekpa doesn't mind, he would like to step down. So Simon Ekpa gave him some conditions and all of that, and get me two persons from your end and let these persons be the one to handle my case, and make sure these two persons are very, very solid. Conglomerates could not be able to provide this person, so Simon Ekpa went on ahead to get him two persons. So, having looked at this very scenario, conglomerates felt somehow, and so he felt he should continue with Simon Ekpa's trial. That was how he continued. Now, these very documents, according to information, Conglomerates was the one who discovered this document, and this document he was able to get it from a far away land as far as southeast. I tell you now, secret data very southeast where you know about. Conglomerates, as we speak right now, has presented this very document to the appeal court in Helsinki. And believe me, this very document, according to conglomerates, is the document that they supposed to present to the Pejahami district court in Finland, that they did not, because they were trying to hide Simon Ekpa. They were trying to hide Simon Ekpa, and also they are trying to make him to stay behind bars. So everything being equal, the truth is finally gushing out, and Simon Ekpa is finally maintaining his stance, and everything is now applying to be a reality. Yes, the truth again is that the people who actually hid this very document and who finally um, hide this document and never wanted it to be presented have finally been caught red-handed. Wow, what a sweet news! Now, how did conglomerates presented this very document, and what gave him the confidence that the content of this document is going to save Ekpa from being sentenced? According to the information, conglomerates has traveled to the US, met some Nigerians who are from the US, who are born, some Nigerians who are for who are US based, So he tried to gather them up and ask one or two questions. Don't forget that Simon Ekpa was told, according to the appeal court judge, that if he must win this very trial, that he must try all his best to also get involved in his case some African knowledgeable personality who knows so much about the Southeast and who can help him with information of what is currently going on in the Southeast. So conglomerates did advised advised from the appeal court. So he went to the US, met some Nigerians who based in the US. He gathered them up, he met them, he sat them down, and he took them to a very cool place where they, while drinking, they were discussing. So according to the information, conglomerates now put it before them, making them to know that, look, my dear brothers, I have this very client whose name is Simon Ekpa. You all must have been hearing about him. Now, this guy, see what they say that this guy did, or see what they said that this guy did not do, and all of that. And these people on their own, they said, we heard about it and we have been following the news. So now say, okay, thank God, that makes my work to be very, very easy. So he now told them, please, what do you think about this very case? So these people now said, okay, we are happy you met us, and we never knew that you will surely come to us. But now you have come to us, we'll be able to help you out with solid information. Believe me, these persons met after meeting conglomerates. They were able, with every reasonable doubt, to provide evidences which will help conglomerates to help Simon Ekpa out of prison. One of the evidence is an information anyway. According to them, they said, look, there is something you don't know about this terrorism and killing in the southeast. Simon Ekpa never for once got himself involved in killings in the southeast. All these were all blackmail to get Simon Ekpa detained and sent to jail. Now, these guys went on to provide some piece of evidence as information, which Gomeris have to put into recording. They said that the killing in the southeast is being sponsored by the men on top, the governors, the commissioners, and ministers. These are the people making use of these Fulani killers to cause unrest and also kill and rape our innocent mothers and children. This has been the fight Nnamdi Kanu has been fighting that made him to end up in detention today. And now he's still fighting in prison to get himself out in Nigeria. Simon Ekpa, who is a bona fide fighter of the Biafran freedom, have to take it up and challenge this very case. In the process of fighting and challenging this very case, Nigerian government saw the strength of Simon Ekpa and discovered that another Nnamdi Kanu is brewing up. So with immediate effect, they plotted and planned this allegation and levied it against Simon Ekpa. As it is right now, this is the evidence Nigerian is holding, claiming Ekpa is a terrorist, funding and providing ammunition for Nigerians and all of that. So as it is right now, the truth is everywhere, and so there is no other thing for you to be aware of. So this has been the story that has been going viral, as Simon Ekpa, with every sense of belonging, has maintained the fact that freedom is paramount and there is nothing anyone can do about it. So these persons who provided this information to conglomerates have said, okay, since conglomerates will be presenting this piece of evidence with in recording, they would also like to hand over some piece of document from Nigeria, which have the presence of those Fulani headers and how they parade their cows with ammunition as an evidence. They ask conglomerates, where is it done in a nation that claim that have a law, that claim to be a democratic country? Allow Fulanis to be parading the streets where we have human beings living on the streets, parading the streets with weapons, and they will see them and they won't do anything to them. Where is that done? Did they see weapon or a pistol with Nnamdi Kanu before they arrested him? But these Fulanis are allowed and they are seen with all of this and they never did anything. So after putting all of this together, conglomerates left in joy with the hope of having a victory. So now, my dear listeners, you can now see that we are making a headway. We are making a headway, and since we are making a headway, there is nothing the Nigerian government have as evidence anymore, and that is why they are trying to make use of that's Gentle the Yahoo. But now, Gentle the Yahoo, gradually we are now getting information about him that even the young man is not dead. My people, many tori dey, plenty one wey una never even hear about dey. So as it is right now, we are still looking at what is still going to happen. But then I would like you to help share this very video because we are getting more evidences that will help cover Simon Ekpa's innocence and help him out of that very case of returning back to jail. So please share it and let it go viral and let everyone begin to comment and send their messages to this very platform. Thank you. This is the Lord TV.